Turn here. Henry Alden checked the map. We need to take a left on Evergreen Road. Well, there's no sign, Grandfather Alden said. Are you certain? Henry had been directing them through the rugged mountains for the past hour. The GPS didn't work because they had no phone service. I think that big tree marks the street, Henry told Grandfather. An evergreen pine. Jessie pushed her long brown hair and pointed at the tree, its thick branches dripping with heavy snow. That makes sense. I wish there was a real street sign, 6-year-old Benny said from the back seat. I don't want to get lost. He shivered. How much longer? A loud grumbling sound came from his tummy. Jessie was 12, 6 years older than Benny. She held his hand to make him feel better. We'll be there soon, she told him. Don't worry. I'm not worried, Benny said. I'm hungry. He stared out the window at the lightly falling snow and frowned. You're always hungry, Jessie said with a laugh. She handed him a small bag filled with raisins. While Benny snacked, Henry reviewed the map again. I'm positive this is the correct way. They made another turn at a large rock. Clayton warned me that it was hard to find the town. Hidden Hills sure is hidden. Violet looked up from her art and straightened her pigtails. She just finished quick sketches of the snowy pine tree and ice-covered rock. Although she was only 10 years old, Violet was a keen observer and saw details that others sometimes missed. Glancing down at her sketch pad, Violet made sure she had drawn the angle of the sun correctly. She erased one line and fixed another to get it perfect. The town should be around this next bend, Henry said. Grandfather took a slow turn to the right and crossed over a short bridge with a frozen river underneath. Look! Jessie leaned up in her seat and read the small sign ahead of them. Established 1882. She'd read about hidden hills on the internet. Jessie liked to research. This used to be a mining town, she told the others. There were silver mines all over the area. And now it's home to the first Super Snowboard Classic. At 14, Henry was usually much more mature than his brother or sisters, but seeing a few small buildings in the distance, he clapped his hands and cheered. Woo! This is very exciting. I'm glad Clayton invited us to see him snowboard this weekend. It's going to be so much fun. Henry Alden and Clayton Hollow had met at school in Greenfield. They'd been keeping in touch since Clayton left town to travel the globe, competing to become one of the greatest teenage snowboarders in the world. When he announced that he was coming to Hidden Hills, Henry asked Grandfather if they could go. The mountain town was only a few hours' drive from home, and this was an important tournament. The top 4 snowboarders would qualify for a brand new elite training camp. Watch, Jessie's wire-haired terrier, had come along too. He was in the back seat next to Benny. They were sitting with their noses pressed against the window. It's cold out there, Henry, Benny reported as his breath fogged up the glass. Snowboarding is a winter sport. Henry passed Benny a scarf and hat. It's supposed to be cold. I wish Clayton liked summer sports, Benny said. We could have gone to the beach instead. Jessie giggled. Well, we can get some hot chocolate right after we check into the hotel if you want. And cookies? Benny asked. Of course. Jessie ruffled her brother's dark brown hair. Violet sharpened a fresh black charcoal pencil, then made new pictures of each of the shops they saw. A bakery, a bank, a restaurant called Burger Bonanza, the coffee hut, a medical clinic, and finally, at the end of the street, a 3-story red brick hotel. She looked around for other stores to put into her sketch pad. Is that it? She asked. Where's the rest of the city? Well, you've seen it all, Henry replied. Some houses are tucked away behind the trees. There's a school and a grocery store about 30 miles away in the next town.